Hi, everyone. Today we're going to be looking at two articles, and we're going to be talking about the inventions that are mentioned in the articles and what problems they solved. Now, you'll remember that a few days ago, we went through A Woman with Vision, and Mary Anderson saw that drivers had to get out and wipe their windows when it was snowing and raining. So that was the problem. They had to get out and keep wiping off their windshields. So, what was her solution to the problem? Her invention of the windshield wipers, right? So, now we're going to look at this article called A Lucky Accident. And we're going to read about another problem that people have encountered that the inventor, George de Maestral, found a solution to. So, let's listen to the article.
Short read 2. Remember to annotate as you read.
A lucky accident. Some scientists work for years hoping to invent something, but never doing so. Others invent things when they're not even trying. George de Maestral found his invention by accident. After walking outdoors, George's overcoat and his dog's fur were covered in prickly plants called burrs. George wondered what made their grip so strong. He looked closely. He noticed tiny hooks on the burrs.
Burrs. The hook and loop fabric stops everything on this astronaut's tray from floating in the air. Hook and loop.
George found that those hooks caught on anything with loops, such as fabric or cloth and fur. That hook and loop discovery became famous. Zippers, shoelaces, and snaps can be hard for the very young and people with disabilities to use. But almost everyone can press and pull this sticky fabric. Astronauts even use it to hold down stuff in space.
Okay, so in this article, we learned that people did have a problem that needed a solution, didn't they? We learned right here that zippers, shoelaces, and snaps can be hard for the very young, very little child, or people with disabilities to use. Sometimes it's hard for people to grab onto zippers and shoelaces and snaps and try to manipulate them to make them work, right? But with the hook and loop invention, nowadays we call it Velcro, that solved the problem, didn't it? Because all you have to do is press these two parts together, the hooks and the loops, and they stick. And that's very, very easy to do. So that solved the problem of people not being able to tie their shoes or work a zipper or a snap. So this is a very important invention that was discovered by George de Maestral. So we're going to go to page 11 and we're going to talk about the two articles. Right here on page 11, it says, describe the inventions in A Woman with Vision and A Lucky Accident. Explain how these inventions help people solve problems. So let me get my trusty little text box and I'm going to type in black. Okay, so let's talk about the invention in A Woman with Vision first. So we're going to put windshield wipers. That was the invention. Now let's talk about the problem. What problem were people having in this article about the windshield wipers? Let me X that out and put that text box again. Let's put it up here maybe. There we go. So the problem that people had was what? They had to get out of their cars to wipe off their windshield, didn't they? So people had to get out of their cars to clear their windows. Okay. Now, the solution, of course, was that the windshield wipers cleared the windshields for them, didn't they? So that was the solution. That was the answer to the problem. So we could put the windshield Did I spell that right? No, I didn't. I remember put that I before the E. The windshield wipers cleared the windows. Awesome. Okay, now let's talk about the invention in the story A Lucky Accident. What was that invention? That invention was hook and loop, wasn't it? I'm going to put Velcro as well because we tend to call it that often these days. We don't call it hook and loop. We came up with a fancy, cool name for it, huh? So the problem that helped to solve, or let's just talk about the problem people were having. I'm going to make this font a little bit smaller so I could try and put more text in there. There we go. Young children and people with disabilities had a hard time with zippers. What else was it? Shoelaces. Shoelaces and snaps. That was the problem. So what was the solution with the Velcro? So the solution that it provided was that it was easy to use, huh? So hook and loop or Velcro is easier, I'm going to say much easier to use. There we go. We have found the invention and the problem that it solved in each article. Sometimes it's good to talk about these things that we've learned from an article because it helps us to understand it better and it increases our comprehension.